Hey, good morning, everyone. How we doing out there? Let's make sure we have a chart and sound, please. Somebody could just say, "Yep, I hear and see you." Oh, thanks, Ed. Thank you very much. How's everybody doing? Mr. T, hello. Malcolm, howdy. How's everybody doing today? I hope good. Yeah, my coffee is empty too. Yeah, got some water here, but no coffee. Okay, welcome to the Live Trading Alerts webinar. Today, we look at everything from charts to the market to live trading alerts. This is a live webinar. My name is Rick Sadler. I'm operate, own, hit and run Candlesticks. And so if there's any questions out here, and fire them out there, okay? So we can look at charts today. In fact, I want to ask you, what would you guys like to do today? What would you like to look at? We can set some LTA stuff up. I can show you some things in which I'm always going to kind of lean in that direction. But if you have charts you want to look at, we can start with that. I can here. Let's do this. A couple of things with I just noticed a little bit ago. I had trouble getting my recorder, and I was on the phone with TechSmith. That's who has the Camtasia, and they fixed it for me. So I'm a little bit. That's what I've been doing here this morning. But on the RBB watch list, I can see, let me make sure this stays on top. There we go. You can see that WHR is setting up for that RBB setup. That's one of the nice things about LTA. You can set up these individual watch lists to do exactly what you want it to do. Like this is an RBB one, and here we are set up for it right now. Legend, LGEN. Nice rounded bottom breakout. If somebody doesn't know anything about the rounded bottom breakout, now would be a good time to say, can you explain the rounded bottom breakout? GDXGD here is getting awfully close to that rounded bottom breakout there. So, excuse me. So there's a couple of charts popping up right now. Karen, is there anything specific on LTA? And I'm assuming you use it. Is that correct? And then, like I say, is there anything specific? Make sure we do that. Hello, Raj. How are you? So Karen's typing there. I can tell that she's typing, so we'll wait till she's finished there. XLK is still hanging in there in the meantime. That is one ugly chart, isn't it? I got to tell you, you look at the price action of this chart, that is terribly, terribly ugly. But it is still holding trend right there. Okay, so Karen says too many scans, so I'm looking to pare down, want to simplify. That's easy to do. Okay, Karen? That's super easy to do. The first thing is you've got to make it good with yourself. All right, that's going to be the hardest thing in the world. Now, since I don't particularly know what you like, in a chart, that would be the first thing that we would have to take a look at. And maybe I can, we can look at, say, this FNGU chart. Is that something you like right there? Nice trending chart, 3/8 trap right in there. You like the way that looks? Another one might be, we'll take a look at SIX. Very similar, trending, pull back into that 3/8 trap. Those kind of charts. Yes. All right. So Karen, let's work with the 3/8 trap first. First of all, you got to ask yourself, how many 3/8 trap windows do you have open, and then we can we can kind of go from there. What I have found is that I typically have too many 3/8 trap windows opened, thinking that I can cut that mountain down with more alerts, with little twists and tricks inside there, things like that. When really one window does it. Okay, so I'm going to share with you. Let me pull this over. Okay, so if you're ready to go, too many verifications, variations of the 3/8 trap. So we'll cover this, and then it's going to be up to you to come up to that little X and close all the others out. And that's going to be up to you. I can't do that. But if you want to know what my favorites are, and I'm going to give you two. Okay, so let's do this one first. I'll give you two that I like. And then but seriously, because I have that problem too, Karen, and what I had to make peace with on myself was that if you're trying to get around the mountain, the scanner allows you hundreds of ways to get around the mountain, but you only need one way. You really only need one way. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you two scans. We're going to cover two scans, but one is a 3/8 trap and one's a 3/8 trap breakout. Okay. I like them both. They are different. They're the same, but different. Okay. Taking a week off. There you go. You're taking a week off to simplify. All right. So here we go. Here's the first thing I'm going to like is a bullish candle. So just, when you go into the scanner, just type in white candle and then put that up there. Minimum volume, I think that is a requirement. Again, this is what I like, okay? This is what I like. And I just use what comes out of the box. When you load that in there, that's what's standard, and that works for me. The next thing is I want the Road to Wealth bull trend fast, okay? And that's just saying you want the 3 exponential over the 8 and the 8 over the 17. Now, Karen, you can go ahead and start building this if you want, all right? You clearly already have an understanding. I'll just talk through this, give you a chance to build it, okay, while we're talking. I also want the slow Road to Wealth trend, 34 above the 50. So what we've said here is the 3 above the 8 above the 17 above the 34, and the 34 above the 50. I'm going to skip down to the bottom one and come back to this rising one here in a minute. I use defined trap, this candle. There's several little traps in the system that you can get. This is the one I use right for this scan, okay? So user defined trap, this candle, so the current candle. The only thing I change is because it'll come out, it'll open up out of the box on close. I change mine to high because I want a broader net, and I recommend that to everybody. I believe that's a better way to go. Because in the end, you want to look at the chart to make that decision whether you want to buy that or not. And by using the close, it will actually eliminate a lot of good trades because it pinches it. It forces a narrower view of the chart, and you'll miss a lot of good trades. So I recommend the high, okay? Now, I'm going to come over here and let's talk about this sloping. And I need to change this. I can see this is wrong here. In fact, I'll change it right now, and it'll I'm gonna do this really quick, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm doing this because it zeroed everything out. It may take a minute for it to come back. So this is an alert that Ed did for me, I don't know, 10 days ago or so. And it has to do with when I called him up here, like I say, about 10 days ago. And I asked him, is there a scan for the linear regression? And there's not. He thought about it for a minute and he said, wait a minute, he came back on. He said, actually there is, just going about it a different way. And what it is, this was already in the system. Average slope, okay, average slope. So once you get that in there, you can come over to the parameters and, you can do rising or falling. So change it to rising. I already see a problem here. There you go. And this is kind of what I'm doing right now. Now, I would use this for now, okay? If you want to adjust this, tweak it a little bit, that might make sense to me down the road. But for right now, this is what I would use. Just an exponential 21, and you want it rising for the past 21 days, okay? Now, you can see here we have 58 picks, 58 possibilities. Now, that doesn't mean that, you're going to run through 58 possibilities and they're all going to be bombing down on you. That's not what it means. Only as they start working will it start showing up. So you won't be inundated with 58 at one time. But right there is something I highly recommend. That is one of my favorites. In fact, and Ed, I know Ed is waiting for me to get back to him for new traders or new scanner people. We're putting together a package where when you open it up, there'll be 4, 5, 6 scans automatically come up. I've been testing some of his. This is one that I'm going to ask him to have on there. I think I like this. This is the way I would want to go right here. And I have done what you've done. I have pared back a lot of scans, but this is one that sticks, okay? Pretty simple. I will say that down the road, you might find that you really don't want the 34 to be above the 50. That's just a different type of trade. You can pull, you make a copy of it and then you can pull that off, okay? If you want to do that. But for right now, this is what I would do. So now I'm gonna save this, doggone it, and it's gonna clear that out. While we were talking, XLG came up, and see, there we are, nice 3/8 trap. Amazon came up while we were talking. Oh, and there it is there, okay. Alrighty. So there we are. So now what I would ask is, were you able to create that? I want to make sure that you created that if you wanted to. Is there anyone else that like that and you need me to cover any of the you recorded it, okay. All right. But like I say, that is one that I would highly recommend, all right? Now, the next one that I would suggest is a 3/8 trap breakout. Let me put this stay on top. And let me explain what a 3/8 trap breakout is. And what I want to do there is I want to put the 3 EMA up, all right? Okay, let's put high in there because that's where it's supposed to be. And I'm going to change the color. I just don't like that. There we go. We'll change to blue. Blue, it just stands out more, okay? All right, let me go over what a 3/8 trap is real quick. So 3/8 trap is a stock that's trending. Okay, that's number one for me. However, that's not the 3/8 trap, but that's part of the whole package. If you don't have a trending chart, then the 3/8 trap really, it has no strength. It has no value. There's nothing there. okay? So what I want, and let me make this red so you can see it better. So for instance, I want a low to a high. See, there's your trend. See the pullback? Right there would be a 3/8 trap, right there. Now see, we have another low to a high, and here we're a pullback. See, that's a 3/8 trap. And what we're looking for is we're using the 8 exponential moving average, which is that black line, and we're using the 3 exponential moving average, which is that blue line. Keep in mind that I use it on the high, and I do recommend that, all right? And what we're looking for is that rally and that pullback. And that, to me, is what makes a 3/8 trap. So rally, pullback. And you can see the trend is working as well. I think that is so part of it. You've got to have that in there. So, and that's what we did in that first scan, okay? Now what I want to do is we want to look at something which we're not getting too many of them right now, because the market is not moving up. All right, so we're not getting too many. And what a 3/8 trap is, and we'll go inside and look at it. It's really pretty much the same as we just did, but instead of a 3/8 trap today, I want a 3/8 trap yesterday, and I want today to be above the 3 exponential moving average. See, that to me is a 3/8 trap breakout right there. So you've got a 3/8 trap breakout now, okay? There's only 8. Maybe I can figure out a way to get more. This should be, yeah, that's where we want it. Price relationship. See, okay, so I better go over this. I'm trying to figure out a way. Tell you what, I'm going to knock this down to 100. We'll see if we can pull a few more in there. Well, one more. Woo-woo, huh? I'll tell you what, let's go over this first before I go monkeying around with it. So again, I want that white candle, okay, which if you're going to get a breakout, that might even be a redundant line in there. But I still want that in there. Minimum volume, I would still use the 250. I bumped that down, in which case we didn't make any difference, so I'm going to go back with it. So right out of the box, I want the fast road to wealth trend, which is the 3 greater than the 8, 8 greater than the 17. I notice here I don't have the 34 greater than the 50. You can use that or not. Here's the trap. Notice it's a trap in prior candle, okay? Prior candle. So this already says to look at yesterday's candle, prior candle. And there it is there. I want yesterday's candle to be in the 3 high, between the 3 high and the 8 close trap. So right there, okay? And then the rise and fall. I want that trend up. That's what I want. I want that trend up. And that's what we're doing with that rise, fall, user-defined rise and fall, or I guess it's the slope. You know, I don't have the slope on this, and I think that's my mistake. I think I'm going to put it on there. Average slope. I'm changing mine, by the way. Rising, exponential. There we go. And we're going to get rid of this one. Oh, bingo. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas here. That's a good number to have in there. I like that. Volume, is that back where we had it? Okay. So I'm going to save this real quick. You see what I did with that average slope, same as we did with the other one. And now I'm going to save this real quick. And then there we go. We can start looking at them now. So ESTC, See how we had a 3/8 trap yesterday and we're trying to break out now. Those are two scans that I would highly recommend. Get rid of the other 3/8 traps, okay? That'll clean you up right there a little bit. I hope that was helpful, Karen, so we'll kind of wait for a few more to come through there. In the meantime, on that first scan that we did, let's take a look at GDDY. Look at GDDY. See how our trend overall is up. See how we've gone from red to green on the trend indicator. See how we have a 3/8 trap in there. See how we have that little rally there, and there's our 3/8 trap. To me, that's exactly what you want for the 3/8 trap. Now, I know there's some folks that's going to say, hey, we've got a breakout here. And I'm pretty confident Ed could put something together already. There may be something there that says you've got to be over, we've got to be, currently we have to be over X amount of weeks, days, weeks, or months of highs. I'm sure if somebody wanted something like that, okay? So could still do that. Let's go look at it, SVXY. This is the 3/8 trap breakout. See how you've got a 3/8 trap breakout? That's momentum right there. That's momentum right there. Okay? USO. Look at that. 3/8 trap, 3/8 trap breakout. All right. So if there's anything else, Karen, then just let me know. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah, and Ames, I'm not going to debate GoDaddy with you. You don't like it, that's fine. That's totally your choice. I disagree with you. That's still that's in an uptrend right now based on what I'm looking at. Red to green puts it in an uptrend. And if you take a look at this line right there, that's in an uptrend, okay? So you have your ways, I've got my ways, and that's what I see. Yes, I would be buying this one, but I'm not buying today. I'm not buying today because I think this week stinks for trading. So no, I'm not gonna. It would have to be a pretty damn special chart for me to buy it today. This week, I really think taking more time off is the smart trade, okay? Do I have a scan to not to trade? Funny you should mention that, Malcolm. Funny you should mention that. Let's do this. Let's see here. Do I already have this set up? No. Maybe I took it off. I don't want to mess with this, so what I'm going to do is create a duplicate real quick. All right. So there's the duplicate. Now I can do whatever I want with it, and it won't bother me. Okay. All right. So Malcolm has an interesting question there, folks. And the answer is absolutely yes. All right. So what I'm going to do is come in here and I'm going to add another road to wealth right here, 3817. All right. Road to wealth, 3817 right here, fast. I'm going to add that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it must pass SPY. Since the SPY is my chart of choice, okay, that is my #1 indice that I follow. Now, I certainly follow the Qs and, I look at the diamonds and IWM and all that. But if I had one, just one, it would be the SPY. So I want this to pass the SPY, okay? Now, What I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to add another one. Okay, road to wealth, fast. Now we've got two, and I'm going to add SPY. It must pass. So everything we have here is hunky-dory. Everything is fine. But if it doesn't meet this on the SPY, none of this will alert. This will turn everything off. See, for instance, we have 58 here. Now I'm going to finish what I was doing. The top one, I'm going to leave alone. I'm going to leave it on the daily. The second one, how about let's change that to, say, the 60 minute. And let's update. All right. Notice there's 0. What the hell just happened? Well, let's go find out. Let's save this. Notice we're 0, right? Is this on top? There we go. Let's go look at the SPY. All right, let's go. I can tell you now where it failed was the 60 minute. Do we have a 60-minute trend? No, we don't, do we? So what the scanner did, it's just what Malcolm asked. Do you have a scan that shows when not to trade? Right now, that right there is telling us do not trade, because one of the things you want in your favor is the market. Okay? Now, let's look at the Qs. Qs still aren't there. Still aren't there. So you could put in there, I was kind of hoping that the Qs, well, maybe FNGU. There we go. Let's change this right here, the second one, to FNGU. All right. I should have. There we go. Rescan. See how there's 41 in there? See how that worked? So if FNGU was your chart of choice, I know that's not a indice, but it is a chart that I use very much like an indice. FNGU in a as quick as I can, the market will go in the direction of FNGU more times than not. All right. So how come that? Oh, for some reason. We'll just have to let it perk in there for a minute. There it is. There it goes. So by using FNGU as our bottom line, if that is not trending, say on the 60-minute compared to the SPY, then we cannot trade. It will not pull up any charts. Okay? Does that make sense? And yes, Karen, Tim, I'm not skipping over you, Karen. I'm just getting through with this, and we'll go look at Roku, okay? So Karen, yeah, you may be looking at this. For those that don't know, Karen may be looking at this, that for all the stocks that's in there that's showing up, that it's calculating, 69% are red versus 30% green. Yes, that's something else I use too. Absolutely, okay. Yeah. Ames, you like that? Yeah. You know, that keeps us honest, doesn't it? And for those that like to trade because you're addicted, you know, and only you can answer this to yourself, this puts the stop to it, doesn't it? So, you know, if you're all about, say, the SPY or the diamonds, or you can put multiple in there. You can see I've got multiple. You can put more than one. But if you do that, then you're going to get a big fat 0 here, because the 60-minute is shooting you down. Everything else is there, but the 60-minute says no. So you don't have market cooperation. So it's a way to keep you honest is what it is. It's a way to keep you honest. All righty. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Roku. Let's go look at Roku, okay? Roku here. So, Tim, there are certain times when I must ask you to ask your question. This is one of those times. Please ask your question. Don't let me ask it for you, but I need to know what your question is here. Not every chart, but some charts I need that to happen. And this is one of them. Be very clear to me, okay? And don't leave anything out. Like, if you're in it, make sure you say you're in it. All right? And we'll come back after you answer that. Now, does anyone else have any charts to look at or anything? Otherwise, we can just poke around and we can look at charts. I noticed NVIDIA is popping up over here for those that want to trade NVIDIA. I know that's kind of a popular one. It's starting to move up a little bit here. Starbucks short, I'm going to say yes, John. We looked at it earlier, and the answer would be yes on that. But you knew that, though, didn't you? Yeah, you knew that. Pretty clear, short. Pretty clear. Pretty clear. WES. We can look at more shorts, too. Hey, the scanner has really good short setups. Take a look at WRK. Nice blue ice failure. And you know, didn't make it up. There it is right there. Right there. So, what else do we have here? Any other questions or anything? Looks like I lost Tim. Sorry, Tim. Apple. Anybody looking at Apple? Apple is that 3-8 trap breakout right in here. In a down week like this, could you go over beginner tips for shorting? Number one tip, well, in a down week like this, my number one tip is I don't think you should be trading at all this week, okay? I mean, let's think about it. All right? Thursday is a holiday, okay? Wednesday, markets only open half a day, and everybody working half a day is going to be pissing and moaning that they're there half a day because the next day is a holiday. So you want to be trading when everybody is pissing and moaning? No. Tomorrow, everybody's going to be out making their shopping list. Cold beer, beans, hot dogs, make sure you got the fireworks. Is that where you want to be trading? No. This is 36 years of experience talking here, okay? And then, oh my God, Friday. What is with Friday being a work day? Everybody coming back from the 4th of July holiday, do you think they want to be? When I say everybody, I'm talking about Wall Street, the people involved with trading, okay? So my number one tip, go enjoy the 4th of July. Have a hot dog, eat some beans, drink some beer, Kool-Aid, whatever you do. That's my number one tip, all right? My number two tip is, why do you think it's a down week? What about that chart looks bearish to you? Nada, zip, nothing. Now, please keep in mind, these are my rules, okay? Not a great week to trade. You got it. Yes, you got it. Horrible week to be trading. Horrible. So let's talk about shorting. I can throw some shorts out for you. I can do that. But what about that market right there looks short to you? Just because it's having a little bit of a headache, the trend is still bullish. The trend is absolutely still bullish. Look at the Qs. Still bullish. A bit of a headache, a stomach ache, you know, definitely. Definitely. But by my rules, now keep in mind, let me explain my rules, okay? Because somebody else might have different rules, and that will be different for somebody else. So what I'm looking for, whoops, not that. Let's make that a pin. There we go. I want the 3. And by the way, for this purpose, I do the 3/8 trap is the only place I use the high. Okay. Let me go back to last price. That's for this purpose. I always use last price. And here's what I'm going to do. Okay. The 3 is above the 8. The 8 is above the trend indicator. Price is still above the 8 or the T line, right? What is bullish or bearish about that? Nothing. I mean, do we have an ugly candle here? Yeah. Do we have a little move? That's a bullish chart with a pullback in there. That is not bearish. Doesn't mean that you can't trade this bearish if you wanted to. Okay, doesn't mean that. I'm just saying that this is a pullback in a bullish market, a bullish trend. We move over here, and I know what a lot of people are seeing, and I don't disagree with you on this. I do not. Let's make this. This is a down move. Can't really do it with that, can I? This is an up move. A lot of people are seeing a bear flag. I do not necessarily disagree with you on that. But a bear flag, like any chart pattern, means nothing without follow through. But you get these, you called yourself a new trader, beginners. Beginners have the itch to trade every single day, so they get a whiff of something like that. They think they're going to pick a top and just skin that cat right away. Well, what about that chart is bearish? Not one single thing. So if you want to be bearish, allow the chart to be bearish. Let it break the trend. Then let's look at shorts. But beginner traders, you know, they always want to come in here and be a hero and try to be, you know, that top dog that caught that chart at the top. And this is why 95% of all beginners never become seasoned traders, because they quit because they get their butt handed to them too many times. Number 1, don't trade this week. Number 2, that's a bullish chart. Why short it? Okay. Let's see. Jeffrey, I recently read that the market historian is claiming that there is a very high percentage of years when the markets go bullish in the first 2 weeks of July. Yeah, somebody mentioned that today in the room. If I find the article, I will post it, of course, not to trade on historian claims, but the concept is interesting to read. Yes, I agree with you. And it is nice to read that, but you've got to have your rules when you're looking at a chart. You've got to have your rules, okay? And my rules look at this and say, that chart is still bearish. Let's do this. There you go. Take price out of it. Doesn't that chart look bearish? You know, the only thing making this chart look bullish to people are those ugly candles in there. That's all. That is all that's making it look bearish to people. Nothing bearish about that chart. Nothing at all. Not yet, okay? And I'm going to say not yet because I got to admit, there's some things going on here that should make you nervous. But it doesn't mean that we're actually going to turn bearish, all right? Anyway, thanks for that question. That was a good one. I appreciate that. In the meantime, take a look at crowd. Let's get rid of this line right here. There we go. We'll get crowd setting up for you crowd traders. You know, let's do this too. Let's talk about this. A lot of traders, they get lost in they get lost a little bit because here I am showing crowd and you can't trade crowd because it's too expensive, okay? And I totally get that. And there is an answer. There is an answer for that. There really is. And this scan here is one that I've created that answer for. And $1 to 100 is what it is. You know, it's basically my same setup that we set up earlier. But what I've done is I've just put a cap. I've just said I want my price range is what it is. And price range is what you would look at in the scanner from whatever to whatever, okay? And this is set up from $1 to $100. And you can change that from, you know, $5 to $30 if you want. So what will happen is your watch list will only be stocks that meet your criteria that's in your price range, all right? Now, there's not too many here. I can kind of, it says there's 18, 17. I can kind of cheat by turning this on to a 15-minute. Now, that's not cheating. What that is everything up here stays the same, but down here what happens is it will alert us on the 15-minute chart when there's a new high. Oh, let's put in a new low as well. And so we'll get a few through there and we'll take a look at them, okay? There, so MGM. So here's MGM setting up. That's, you know, at that price under 100, and here we're rallying and we're pulling back here. TTD, you know, this is one. See how we're in that trend. We're right at that 3/8 trap level there, and we're under $100. Bank of America, see where we're at in that 3/8 trap area, $39, under $100. So for those that kind of get lost in some of the more expensive stocks, I mean, that's what's rocking right now. So there's a reason why, you know, there's a reason why expensive stocks are up higher now, because they're the ones working. But it doesn't mean that there's not lower price stocks up there, are in there. You just have to kind of wait for them to come up. Here's a Roblex. It's still meeting everything in my criteria that I would want, such as the market is still trending. You can see my trend here is still up. You can see we're up and back. That's just what I want. Now, the only thing this doesn't have is that bullish candle or maybe that breakout. Uber, look at Uber here. So Uber still meets my criteria. Whether or not it's a trade or not, see, for me, I'm not going to be looking at anything with that candle. I changed that so we could get more picks through here. But here's our trend up. That's what I would want. And then we're not really a pop-up. It just seems like it just sort of melded up and then back right in there. I hope that makes some sense there. CCL. Try that again. Oh, did I just see Rivian? Yeah, we'll go look at that one because I'm long that one. Rivian. This is one I'm in. See how it's up and back? And then if you look at the trend, see how that trend straightened itself out there, even though we had that little dip to the downside? The overall trend that from the time frame I'm looking for is up. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope. Any other questions out there? Anything at all. Let's go look at crisp. If somebody wants a short, crisp might possibly be in that short state. Failing the 50 period moving average, I would just be a little concerned that, you know, we've got a bit of a bottom forming here. Doesn't mean it's actually going to form, okay? It just means I can see this, this, and this, those lows. Pretty tight range. That makes a bit of a bottom for me. So, you know, we could come down in here and swing back up. So watch that one if you're going to be short. Okay. I see Grace is typing, so gotta wait for Grace, see what Grace has got to say. Kathy as well. All right. Otherwise, I'm running out of things to talk about. And Malcolm, yeah, make that scan, but you know, just remember that the scan is not what, you know, makes you money. You know that. Oh, I just wanted to share this out there. It's not the scan that makes you money. The scan just puts you in the, it just gives you the trade ideas you are looking for. And then from there, you know, you've got to make that big decision. Am I going to trade X, Y, Z? You know, like Uber here coming up. You know, are you going to buy Uber right here or wait till it breaks out? But it's giving you the Uber PLTR from that other scan there. You know, are you going to trade PLTR here? Are you going to wait for the breakout? Are you going to wait for a little more of a pullback, not up 3 days? Those sort of things. Okay. So, Kathy, you're in Roku. Okay. Long for a swing trade. What are your thoughts? Well, if you're in it, and thank you for telling me you're in it, then right now, I mean, I would stay in it. However, I would move your stop up. I have no idea when you bought it, okay? So, you know, if you bought it down here, just protect some of your money. I think for somebody looking to buy it, I would say absolutely that's not a buy. No, because it's part of those rules, and my rules doesn't mean that it's your rules. But if I look at this chart, you're up 1, 2, 3, 4 days. That's an absolute no-no for buying. However, if you're in it, okay, and you bought it last week, so you're good and green, well, you can protect it by closing it and taking your money. You can protect it by taking some and keeping some. However, raise your stop up a little bit. That's kind of what I would look at. But right now, I would have to be bullish on this chart. Look at the scoop we have on this. There's the handle right there, and there's the scoop. You've got a nice breakout. You're tippy-toeing around a rounded bottom breakout. Price is above the 50. The T line and the 17 not above the 50 yet. That's the part that makes me say tippy-toeing around. But you've got a nice run up here. I think you're prime for a pullback. And that pullback, as long as we don't pull back real seriously, like below the 50, you're still going to get the T line to cross up. And then you get that moving average crossover that kind of helps with that momentum of that stock. Okay. So overall, I like the trade. You know, not a new buy, no. But I do like the trade. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. GoDaddy here. That looks oh so much like a breakout coming. Uh-oh. Yeah, looking so much like a breakout coming. I love that bottom right there and that rally up. And here's your flag, your little flag. You got that flag. You've broken out of the flag. Now we just have to deal with this little top up here. Here's the weekly chart on it. What a beautiful J-hook continuation pattern on the weekly chart. Really, really nice. Now that doesn't mean that's a buy, okay? I mean, it doesn't change the fact I think this is a horrible market to be trading in today. I truly do. This week. Okay. Anything else there? If not, we'll shut her down and call it a day. Alrighty then. I want to thank everybody for being here. I just had somebody share with me they bought some Nike, if you into bottom picking. Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing. All right, with that, let's call it a day here. Thank you so very much. Well, Grace starts typing, and Grace, you've not, unless I've missed something out here. Oh, you're very welcome, Grace. Thank you very much. Again, you guys all have a wonderful day. Take care. Yeah, have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see everybody. If you're in the Hit Run Candlesticks room, I'll see you back over there in about 15 minutes. All right? Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.